Hello everyone, good afternoon from Kuala Lumpur. I'm really pleased to be here today for the next 40-45 minutes. It is my pleasure to share the legacy of the Petronas Twin Towers. I am only continuing the legacy together with our team in KLCC Group. Yes, it was envisioned by our predecessors, the whole vision, and I will share in the next 40 minutes what's the vision like, what's the story behind the towers, and the whole architect and the thinking around the towers. So, but before we start, I would like to share 2 or 3 minutes video on the whole KLCC precinct. So let's go to the video quick. Cannot hear the sound.
No, we cannot hear the sound. I think the Mr. Arif, you need to unmute yourself.
So a lot of us actually aware of the Twin Towers, the Petronas Twin Towers, and what we saw, Petronas Twin Towers is a part of the whole entire KLCC precinct. It's an integrated development within Kuala Lumpur. So the KLCC group of companies, we own and operate KLCC precinct with a lot of facilities, assets, and buildings. For example, the Petronas Twin Towers, we have 5 or 6 other skyscrapers in Kuala Lumpur. Mall, our Surya Mall is our prime Surya KLCC Mall as well. A couple of hotels, Mandarin Oriental, Kuala Lumpur, Impiana KLCC, Traders Hotel KLCC. And we also operate a lot of other Petronas our parent company, our other Petronas facilities and assets as well, such as Petronas Leadership Center, Technical Center, Kuala Lumpur Convention Center as well, and of course the KLCC Park, the 50 acres prime park within KLCC precinct. Yeah, of course the gas district cooling as well. We have, if I'm not mistaken, 4 plants within the group. So that's really roughly about the KLCC group of companies, and we'll talk later about the KLCC precinct and the KLCC Park and the Twin Towers as well. So we'll take roughly 40 minutes and 15 to 20 minutes question if we have any. Next slide. Before I start with the Twin Towers, it is important to share that we operate all these facilities, all these assets with the highest international standards. KLCC Urus Harta is a subsidiary of KLCC Group. We have 5 ISO certifications from 9001, the Quality Management System, Environmental Management System, Occupational Health and Safety Management System, Security Operations, and last year's Anti-Bribery Management System. And by end of this year, we should be getting the Facilities Management System as well, the FMS as well. So that's really our philosophy in terms of managing all these world-class assets that you saw in the background behind me. All right, next. Okay, let's start the Twin Towers. Let's start the whole KLCC precinct. Yeah, Twin Towers is a component of it. So in the beginning, it was a racetrack, the Selangor Turf Club. It was a racetrack. Then with the master plan by Klajes, Carter Valley and Partners. So we want to build a self-contained city within a city, and it should be a world-class integrated development. And one of the key features of that is the Twin Towers. At that point of time was destined to be the tallest building in the world, the first tallest building in the world outside of United States at that point of time, and in history, and also a world-class urban park as well, the 50-acre park as well. So we will talk about the architecture, the thinking about the towers, and also the thinking about the park. We're very passionate about the park, especially in the current sustainability, in the current pandemic. Park actually gave us a lot of breathing space and fresh air as well. Okay. Next slide. That's the view of the KLCC precinct from the other side of the park. So we have office building. The anchor is the Petronas Twin Towers. There are multiple office building. If you see on the left, that's the Tower 3, just below the office building tag there. And we're also about to commission a JV super prime building, Lot 91. They have an official name, but I'll get it to be unveiled officially first before I share the name. Which is the view is something like this. It's from this view. It's attached to our Kuala Lumpur Convention Center as well. So that's a nice building in our stables. So below the Twin Towers, we have this prime mall, Surya KLCC, and there are a couple more development to the right of the mall as well. And the one that outside to the right of the mosque in the photo, we are building a retail podium that connected to the new Malaysia MRT system, and connecting all these facilities, hotels, convention centers, and building is our 50-acre park, KLCC Park. Okay. So Petronas Twin Towers. Next. When the architect designed the Petronas Twin Towers, the idea is to be really uniquely identified as Malaysia. The architect is the renowned Argentinian architect Cesar Pelli. So they have these geometric figures. I was still young when they built this. I was looking from National Geographic, thinking around it, how they merged the two squares to become that octagon, astakona in Malay language, and they added the pastel to add a bit more GFA, gross floor area. and it's really representing geometric patterns prevalent in architecture of Islamic heritage. And the final design, we have roughly we have 16 protrusions, so 8 points and 8 lobes. So this is an iconic design. If you could see behind me, it's a really iconic design, and it's really, if you look at from the top down, you would really see this 16 protrusion. And this, with the architect and our previous Prime Minister Tun Mahathir, they wanted to develop something that is symbolizing unity, within unity, harmony, stability, rationality, all are which important principle in Islam. So I think they've done a great job. They have built it 25 years ago, and it's still standing tall today. Okay, next. The interior design, I joined KLCC. I spent 20 years in Petronas. And I joined KLCC 2 years ago. But one of the few things that my seniors, my previous leaders told me when I took the position was really, you have to understand the soul of the Twin Towers. You have to understand why it's designed a certain way, what is the intent, and really, in the layman term, don't screw it up. And as I studied more, looking at the interior design, it's a lot of thoughts being put in place to design and to develop the Twin Towers. If you look at the local handicraft, you look at this pandan plants or bertam plants, you will see it across the Twin Towers. I would design like a sampin, or it's a sampin in Malaysian, you know, the stunning combination of stainless steel and glass finishing, the wall panels and screen, and also the wall panel of the gazebo in the park as well, are inspired by hardwood carving from East Malaysia and Peninsular Malaysia. I don't, to be honest, 18 years working in the group, coming in and out of Twin Towers, I never really realized that. And but when I joined the property group 2 years ago, then I started to saw all this, and I started to really appreciate the thoughts, the thinking, and the vision that has been put in place to build these Twin Towers. Okay. From the foundation until opening, it took roughly about 6 years, and at the point of time was the world's largest foundation. It's about 120 meters deep. They poured 800,000 cubic meters of concrete, 30,000 tons of steel beams, trusses and reinforcement, and able to withstand up to 5.4 magnitude earthquake. Luckily for Malaysia, we are not in the earthquake active zone, but it's designed to withstand the earthquake, or at least aftershock from the earthquake if it happened in the active zone. Project planning started in 1992, foundation 1993. So jacking out of the spires 1996, the top of the Twin Towers, and it completed 1996 and officially opened in 1999. Some of the staff went in and started to work there, started to test the towers in 1997, but it's officially opened in 1999. Okay. A couple of interesting architecture or design of the towers. The Sky Bridge, it was lifted into place in August 1995, and that's really connecting Tower 1 and Tower 2. And if you ever had a chance to go to the Sky Bridge before or in the future, there are 2 levels of Sky Bridge, level 40 and level 41. And it's beautiful. In the middle of Sky Bridge, there's the small protruding viewing deck that you could see the whole tower and the entire KLCC precinct development right in the middle of the Sky Bridge. And if you look up, you will see the 2 spires of the towers on top of you. So the pinnacle was completed in March 1996, and the Twin Towers were finally encased in steel and glass in June 1996. So it's really 25 years already, and one of the things that I'm quite proud to say that it's very well maintained. If you could see, if you go to the lift, the vertical transportation, you will see it's all smooth, like it's almost brand new. So it's something that we will continue to make sure we preserve the heritage, we preserve the whole asset of the Twin Towers. Next. This is interesting. The Twin Towers was developed 25 years ago. Then in the whole sustainability, the whole green building index came in 15, 20 years after that. So we had to retrofit, we had to modernize the Twin Towers. And it was a really hard job, and good job to the team. And some of them are in the call today. A good job to the team to really modernize the whole tower. It's easy to build a building right with the specification of GBI, Green Building Index, or LEED, gold or platinum. It's easy to build it as a green building, but to retrofit custom-made iconic building like this, it's a lot of challenges as well. It is currently rated GBI Gold, and only a couple of years back we got this rating. Building height is 452 meters, 88 stories. In some culture, 88 is very lucky story, a lucky number, 88. Our gross floor area GFA is 4.6 million square foot. The special features, it's linked by 58.4 meter double deck sky bridge. It's connected from the ground and mezzanine floor to level 41 and 42, and it's 55 passenger double deck lift, 58 passenger double deck lift. So that's really a brief about a brief information of the Twin Towers. I have with me today, supporting me, Suraya, which runs it and has a lot of history with the towers. If you want to ask anything technical, she will be there to support you. She runs the whole KLCC precinct today. Next. Hi, Suraya. Yeah. Suraya is also my plan in case it's a rainy season in Kuala Lumpur right now, in case my internet connection get lost or get dropped. So Suraya will take over the presentation. So she's also our plan B today. Thank you, Suraya, for supporting. Sky Bridge is the only Twin Towers with a connecting bridge at the top. It's beautiful sights. It's beautiful sights. During our Merdeka celebration, our Independence Day on 31st of August, less than a month ago. So I was at the bridge, and you could really see the colors. We light up the Twin Towers with Malaysian flag colors, red, yellow, blue, and white. And you could see from the bridge the whole view and the whole majestic view of the Twin Towers. The bridge is not fully attached, so basically most for the heat and also to prevent the bridge from breaking away from the towers. It's 58.4 meters long, 170 meters high above ground. This is still the best view of the KLCC precinct. We are still developing the KLCC precinct. There's still a lot more development ongoing. And way after I retired, someone will complete the whole development, and hopefully from there you could see the whole beauty of the master plan of our KLCC precinct. Next. So yeah, that's a story of the world's tallest towers. It started, if we take the world's tallest towers from 1900s, it started with Singer Tower, Manhattan, and Woolworths, and we all know Empire State Building, 1931, Chrysler Building a year before, and then World Trade Center, 71, 73, the previous World Trade Center, and Sears Towers. And Sears Towers hold the crown for 20 plus years, 24 years. And previously, most of the tallest building, in fact, all of them were in New York. Sears is still in the United States, and Petronas Twin Towers in 1998 became the tallest building in the world outside from the United States. 6 years later, Taipei 101, another beautiful building, another beautifully designed building. I was there in 2019. It's another beautifully designed building, took over as the world's tallest towers. And now Burj Khalifa hold the reign since 2010. It will be there. It will still be there. It will be the tallest tower for time to come, because the whole new pandemic, the whole new ways of working today. I think people are spreading rather than going up. Okay, next. But if you look at just the world tallest twin tower, tallest twin building, Petronas Twin Towers, they are still the tallest twin towers in the world, ahead of Marriott Marquis Dubai, Emirates Tower Dubai, and many others as well. So initially it was, the towers, they were designed up to the height of only 427 meters, but then it changed, and with the addition of dome and integrated pinnacle atop the towers, the pinnacle, pineapple, sometimes we call it pineapple as well, resulted in reaching the current height of 452 meters. Okay. So that's roughly about the towers with the time that we have. And it's something that is very iconic. It's a legacy of not only for KLCC, but it's also for Malaysia as a country. Since then, we have many other towers in Malaysia, and I hope you guys take the opportunity as well to see and appreciate the other towers such as T-Rex and also PMB 118. So that's really making Kuala Lumpur and a metropolis and urban site that I think it's good for the entire development of the city. If I bring down from the height of the tallest building to the ground level, an area that I wanted to touch here today is the KLCC Park, which is an integrated to the entire development. That's the glue that gluing all the tall buildings within the KLCC precinct. Okay. I'm proud to share in 2020, KLCC Park was awarded one of the 5 parks in the world, urban parks in the world, Civil Award. There are 5 parks that won the award in 2020. Millennium Park, Chicago, one in New Zealand, Atatürk, Istanbul, Turkey, and Al Ain in Abu Dhabi. So it's really well designed. Next slide. So it's really well designed as a showcase of Malaysia diverse cultural and botanical treasure. It's 50 acres of green lung at the heart of Kuala Lumpur. And not many people know this. It's really it's designed that have they brought in and they planted a lot of trees, especially planted a lot of trees. There are 1,700 indigenous trees collection as well. I was talking to some of my seniors, some of my seniors who actually worked with the park, who actually work when they were developing and they were building the park. You know, they were talking about how they carefully selected the trees, how they put the trees somewhere to acclimatize them before they bring it to the park. And again, 20 years running through the park, I never knew that there was a mangosteen, a local fruit trees there. But once we run the park, I started to see that we have mangosteen, we have a lot of local fruits, a lot of beautiful trees as well in the park. And bird sanctuary, we identified 22 identified species that use the park. Some of them actually use it as part of their own migration path. Amenities, we are very strict to make sure that they follow the original intent and design of the park. This is the 25th year, the park and also the Twin Towers. We are very strict to make sure that the original design, the original intent are being preserved. We may modernize it, we may improve here and there, but the essence and soul of the park and the tower, we will continue to preserve the original intent. And it's really designed as a showcase, to showcase a heritage of tropical greenery by integrating man's creation with nature. It's designed by Alberto Berlemarx, a renowned landscape designer from Brazil. Next. The philosophy of the park is really about bridging the people together. There are a broad range of activities and events in bringing people together. We have 1.3 rubberized floor jogging track. If you're in KL or you plan to visit Kuala Lumpur, bring your sneakers and have a good run at our jogging track. It's amazing view with the Twin Towers view with all the buildings surrounding the park. 2 acres children pool and playground. Today is among the biggest in Southeast Asia. 25 years ago, it was the biggest in Southeast Asia. We always have this Independence Day and New Year celebration with a nice, beautiful fireworks. We have 100,000 people come and enjoy our Independence Day and New Year celebration. But with the pandemic today, I hope one day I can see that sites again. It was 2019. It was my first, less than a month since I first came and joined KLCC. One of my first big event, our first big event was really this celebrating in New Year's 2020, and we had a record crowd, 100,000 crowd. We estimate about 100,000 crowd, and it was really a glorious affair. Little that we know, that was the last one until now. Due to coronavirus and pandemic, that was the last time we had such a major celebrations. I was less than a month ago. I was at the park somewhere to the right of the video. Yeah, on this bridge. I was alone looking at the somber celebration, looking at the Twin Towers, the light at the Twin Towers, and I really hope that the world will beat this coronavirus and we can start enjoying all the facilities and all the parks again soon. The park also have colorful musical fountain and ornamental water features. It's beautiful. It dance with the song that we play. So it's being played every hour, sometimes every half an hour, depending on the location. And we have this children's pool as well. So the idea is really the infrastructure that we put is really for to make sure our people can come in and really enjoy the park. Okay. So the park is an integrated component of KLCC precinct, which includes the iconic Petronas Twin Towers. It's designed by the late Roberto Burle Marx, Brazilian landscape architect, opened to public in 1998, and it served as the environmental conservation and biodiversity. And also, when the original designers designed the park, they wanted this to be a nice green lung, a world-class, nice urban park, and that's what's the theme before my time, and I'm sure beyond my time as well. We'll continue to preserve that. Next. One of the things in terms of the KLCC, Petronas Twin Towers and KLCC Park is the progressive environment for us to create a sustainable future. There are a lot of effort and investment has been put in place to make sure we are becoming green. We modernize the towers to be GBI, Green Building Index gold certified. It's GBI for those outside of Malaysia. It's similar to LEEDs, but it's Malaysian type of certification. A lot of investment being put on the LED energy savings device, LED. We put in a lot of digital timer in place. An area that we also put a lot of emphasis and investment is the making sure the whole precinct is safe and secure. So there are a lot of technologies being put in place to make sure the whole things are safe and secure. And I receive a lot of feedback that one of the things that they appreciate, the people or public appreciate about the KLCC precinct, it's they feel safe and they feel secure for them to really enjoy the facilities on the sites and enjoy the creations. our philosophy as well in terms of being eco-friendly for hardscape and softscape. We use a lot of recycled materials. We have recycling bins. We have usage of organic fertilizers. All our service providers, they have to pass a stringent environmental standards. They must have all those standards for them to come and operate with us. Okay. And we have also upgraded the park to be a lot more intelligent. We previously we managed the park a lot of this palm, and the park is being managed manually. So for us, for example, if I take one example, if you want to irrigate the KLCC park, a lot of them previously was managed manually. That means people need to come in, and if you can see the video now, they have to go down, turn on the pump, and then go back up, then go down again, turn off the pump. So all those work means risk of working in height and risk of working in confined space. So there's a lot of digitalization being put in place. For example, in this real-time operations in managing the park, we have reduced our risk and our activities from almost 9,000 to only 602, and that's really a lot of risk, a lot of efficiency in terms of the time taken as well. So within all KLCC, there are a lot of effort being put in place to use digital to really manage and make things a lot more sustainable in terms of our operational efficiency, in terms of our energy efficiency, things like that. Okay. A statement of purpose. Our parent company, Petronas, statement of purpose is a progressive energy and solution partner, enriching lives for a sustainable future. That's a statement of purpose of Petronas and also KLCC Group. And we apply this statement of purpose in the whole thing that we do. The managing the Twin Towers, managing the park, managing all other facilities. So one of the things that we do as well is we put a lot of effort on digitalization, modernizing the park, modernizing the Twin Towers as well. So we could really use digitalization to create really a sustainable building. The building is 25 years old. It's designed. It was cutting edge at that point of time, but technology, building technology, construction technology, a lot of digital has come in a long way. It came a long way since 1997 or since 1992 when it was designed. So continuous effort being put in place. So for example, we launched this new IBCC, Integrated Building Command Center, to manage all our buildings, the Twin Towers, Tower 3. So we know the energy, we know the service, we know all the work orders. We monitor almost everything from that command center. So it's something that we will continue to invest, upgrade the towers. So hopefully we can get the operational efficiency, we can reduce the cost, and more importantly for us is to provide a great customer experience for our visitors. Okay. The park has also the whole KLCC precinct, the Twin Towers, the park has received a lot of accolades from the Engineering Achievement Awards, the Design Awards, Vibrancy Award of Distinction 2001. I'm also very proud when I see a lot of this Health and Safety Award, because for us, health and safety is very important. It's an investment that we will continue to monitor. We will continue to making sure that our places are safe and secure. 2017, it was Malaysia Best Managed Property Awards 2017 for non-strata category. Next. And in 2020-21, we received a ROSPA Gold Award. ROSPA is Royal Society of Prevention of Accident, Health and Safety Awards. It was 2 years, this year and last year, it was Gold Award for 2 years in a row. World Urban Park Silver Award in 2020. MSOS Malaysian Society of Occupational Safety and Health Gold Award and Best Sustainability Leadership for Facilities Management Award by Malaysian Green Building Council. So it's something that with our ISO, our international standards, our awards, we want to operate these whole assets like I shared earlier half an hour ago. The thinking about the asset, the architecture, the vision and the whole soul that they put in place in developing the Twin Towers, developing the precinct, developing the whole park. I personally, 20 years in Petronas Group, my appreciation of the architect, my appreciation of the thinking and the vision really came in the past 2 years. Once I started to see what they have put in place, the vision that the designers, the architect has put in place to make sure this is a world-class facilities and world-class assets. Next. So the values of Twin Towers and Park are also enhanced through proper maintenance, right resource and system. So that was a picture in 1997. In 1992, the picture will be just empty. There's a one big race course over there. Then 24 years, 25 years soon, it will still be, it will still be a landmark, an iconic sites of Malaysia, iconic sites of Kuala Lumpur, and we will continue to make sure it remain and it will survive the test of time as iconic and ever and remain the pride of Kuala Lumpur and Malaysia, especially. Okay. Last few pages. I think we just write on time. It's 39 minutes already. This is the architect of the Petronas Twin Towers, the late Cesar Pelli. His firm also worked with us in many other development as well, many other building that we developed after the Petronas Twin Towers. I want to read one of the key points is the second paragraph. I will not read all, but the second paragraph hits me deep. You know what please what pleased me the most is to see how proud the people of Kuala Lumpur and Malaysia are the towers and how intensely used they are. So it's really about managing the vision, managing the soul, managing the legacy of the Petronas Twin Towers and the whole KLCC precinct. And it's wonderfully designed, as I mentioned earlier. Next. And I could not find a quote for Roberto Buller Marx, but this is the architect of KLCC Park. Well done, and I think UNESCO is giving him a posthumous award as well. And I was with the Embassy of Brazil last week talking about next year will be 25-year anniversary of the park. So we may want to do something to celebrate the thinking, the vision of the architect and the park 25 years anniversary in 2022. So that's roughly it. It's 41 minutes, 4:41 in Kuala Lumpur right now. So terima kasih means thank you, and hope to see you soon. And more than happy to take questions in the next 10 to 15 minutes.
All right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Izwan Hasli, for the interesting session. So now, if anyone has any questions, kindly write down your questions in the chat box. Thank you. All right. So while waiting, okay, so we have one question from Mr. Sudipta Sengupta. All right. So his question, what is the vision and values keeping in future growth and prospect? That's the first question. Another question from him is that scope of employment generation and what is in bucket. Terima kasih. All right. Terima kasih, Sudipta.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great question. I don't know if I got your question right, but let's talk number one. I think the world has changed. To be honest, the past 2 years, the world has changed, and we have to adapt. That's the reality. In in our Petronas Twin Towers, we've been working hard to make sure the place are safe, especially for the office and our facilities or our hotels, our malls. They're still open, but we feel the world has changed, and the good thing is that we are adapting to it. So if I think about the values, ultimately I always go back to Petronas' statement of purpose, to be a solution partner and create a sustainable future. When we talk about that, the soul and essence of the Twin Towers we need to be kept, but we need to change a little bit the way we operate. The market has changed. I can't wait for the whole world to reopen again. A lot of our facilities are designed to be business facilities, our hotel, our business hotels, our offices, they are all for business. So it's something that we have to address, and we have put a lot of innovative things as well to make sure things are safe and to make sure we can operate we can give a good solution to our tenant and partners as well. Scope of employment generation and what is in the bucket. I don't really understand this question, Sudipta. If you could just write a bit clarification there, it would be great.
Right.
I'm not sure if I answered your first question as well, but I think what I want to see is we have the Twin Towers, the park, the whole KCC precinct beautifully designed with the intent, the soul, and the vision. Right. What I wanted to see, it's really we continue, don't lose that sight of the vision. I give you a simple example. If you go walk at the park, you see there's a lot of gazebo, this wooden gazebo there. And it's really designed with the high class wood and the architecture, the design, the concept is really from our East Coast states gazebo, and that's the essence of the park. So we want to continue to do that, and after 25 years, things age. So as we do our replacement, as we do our upgrades or modernization that we need to do, we have to make sure that we maintain the soul. Now, if you ever come to the Twin Towers, or some of you had a chance to visit before, how many of you guys noticed when you walk through above the lift, there is this nicely designed songket motif. It just blended really well with the building. I didn't realize it until someone pointed it out, and I walked there for the past many years, 20 years. So that's the whole thing, that the brilliance that they put in place. We are modernizing the facade of the tower as well. It's a logo behind me. It's really still using the 25 years old metal halide floodlight, right? So we're changing that to LED. I know the project manager is in the call. We hope that we can change it. Not only becoming much more energy efficient. Right now it's 1,800 watt. We're going to come down to about 700-800 watt. This is about 60% energy savings. But we also can put some colors there to make the place a lot more vibrant. Right. So that's really biggest challenge, Sudipta, for me into the future is how do we get people to come out again? How do we people come in and be safe after everyone got vaccinated? How do we open the market again, open the whole facilities again?
Right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Izwan, for the. Okay, so Sudipta, he did rephrase the second question.
how you are generating employment scope? I think we are in the transition phase. I'm in the Gen X. I'm in the Generation X. We are in the transition space at the moment. The market has changed. This work from home is impacting everyone, right? But I do feel, as a human, you still need to have interaction. You still want to go to the mall. You still want to go to the park, and it's really it's really for me it's about that. So in terms of the employment, it's really there's a new ways of working. It's been put in place. For example, for us, it's really after 2 years of working from home for majority part of our company, even at the group as well. How do we safely welcome everyone back? Because this whole conversation about social capital, the whole conversation about culture, you don't get that. People come in, they report duty, and then they just stay over there. And half of the time, people will turn off the video during the conversation, right? And if everyone turn on the video as well, the congested, the network may not be good as well. So I think that's where we put in place technology as well. We put a lot of different session. I can talk a lot about the technology. I'm very passionate about the technology that we put in place, the data science that we put in place to do video analytics, that we know if people are not doing social distancing, and how do we feed that back to the people so they know they can manage their own social distancing as well. Okay.
Right. Thank you for the answer. Yes, it is the first question answer was very insightful. Yep. So following on the next question, okay, I have a question.
Sure.
To you. So as the main FM service provider to Petronas Properties, so do you envision to include ISO 41001 facility management standard under the company's belt?
We are going to be audited next week, I think.
Oh.
So we are going through the process now. We are going through the process now. We are doing our internal audit now, and we're trying to do the certification this year. Hopefully we can be certified. We have so many other certifications which is relevant to us, but not. I was talking to the team, not the core business. Our core business is FM, right? So we're doing it this year, and hopefully we can survive that. Yeah. Okay. And next year another logo there. Our 6th ISO.
Okay. Thank you for answering my question. All right, while waiting for the next question. Okay. While waiting, probably I just throw you few of my questions that came to my mind. When Malaysia is open for tourism once again, what is the plan to have a good control on endemic management in places of public interest within KLCC precinct? So
you said absolutely the right words, endemic. I think today, even right now, we are working on what's our philosophy moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, we are in the pandemic situation. We manage social distancing. For example, in 2 days' time, if you want to go to any of our facilities, you have to be fully vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, you can't go into our buildings, our facilities, especially the one that we Petronas. The public one is okay. The malls, the hotels, that's fine. The public, but the office segment, we're going to be very strict. And even if you go in, you have to take a test every 2 weeks to make sure that they're safe. When you go back to when you focus on the facilities part of it, there are a lot of effort being put in place to manage SOP, manage our standard operating procedures, manage the social distancing, for example. But one thing that I see, a lot of these SOP are taking a toll on other part of the design as well. For example, if you look at our vertical transport or lift, right? It's designed to take maximum of 31. That's the express lift for Twin Towers, 31. Comfortably, you may want to put 15 comfortably before pandemic, but today we can probably, with 1 meter distancing, probably about 5, and that really take a toll on the whole flow. And if there are a lot of people coming in, then you get congestion somewhere else. They just flow in somewhere else. So that's what we put. What are the things that we put in place? We're going to put technology through our video analytics to make sure people know the congestion level. So for example, for each floor, I know the congestion level at each floor. So if I want to go to the other floors and it's congested, I may not want to do, or if I want to go home and the lobby is congested, I may not want to go to go home, just delay for half an hour. So this all empowering our employees, those are the key things that we want to put in place. And technology is great, and technology has allowed us to do that. But ultimately, it comes to everyone need to keep everyone safe. And to the international audience today, we have this big motto in Malaysia. It's called "Kita Jaga Kita." We take care of us. Basically, that's the hashtag. Kita jaga kita. It's like we take care of each other. So that's something that we are subscribed to. We're subscribing to.
I see. So you mentioned earlier that you in place that kind of system for the office use. Like, what about the malls? Like, you know, the publics. So are they going to have the access as well, or how?
The mall and public will still need to adhere to a strict SOP to a certain extent. May not be as strict as office, right? Because we still want people to come in and enjoy our mall, enjoy our park. But in Malaysia, at least the government regulation, they're talking about that you have to scan MySejahtera, we'll take the temperature. We still observe social distancing. So for the public, we welcome everyone to come to our facilities, to come to our malls, our hotels. But we can also assure from our part, I mean, our retailers, our staff, our service providers, our vendors, they are all going to be fully vaccinated. They're all going to be fully tested. So that's something that we can control, that we can manage the risk from our side, so we can welcome everyone in. As we go to pandemic, the whole world need to learn how to live with it. If you watch the football in English Premier League, EPL, or the Olympics, I'm not sure the Olympics, but English Premier League, I know people are just no longer having social distancing, no longer wearing masks because the vaccination rate is high. Malaysia, unfortunately, is just coming up from the quite high case. Is just coming up, so I think we are opening up, and we are preparing for that opening up as well. But for us in KLCC, it's really in managing the safety and security while managing the experience as well. So that's the balance that we need to put in place.
Right, that's very interesting, insightful answers from you, Mr. Izwan.
Thank you.
Okay, I have another question. While waiting for the rest to
ask any question, you want to ask Suraya a question? She's been there. She runs the staff. She would know any technical question that you want to ask.
Okay. So FM is considered as the business enabler for any organization. So how and to what extent KLCC Urus Harta plays a role to be that enabler for KLCC?
I think that's a great question. I always ask this question, right? What is the purpose of FM? What is the purpose of FM? We are in a slightly unique mode because we are the owners FM.
Yes.
We're not service provider outside. We act on behalf of owner. We own this building. So for me, it's really about creating the best value, creating number one, creating great user experience or client experience, right? We want things to just work. But at the same time, because we are the owner FM, we're managing the cost very tightly as well. It's not just a matter of because we are also on behalf of the owners, right? So the cost and the experience are key. So we're managing in office, for example, we're managing our service charge really, really tightly. And we use technology to hopefully get the service charge lower. We want to manage our energy. It's okay to use energy, but it's not okay to waste energy. So this efficiency, this whole energy efficiency, this whole operational efficiency is important to us. And also the whole customer experience. We want people to come in and everything just works. Everything that you see from the down there, from coming to the lobby, coming to the office, enjoying the sites and the restroom, the common area. We want everything to to just work. And once you encapsulate all that, we want also to people to feel that this is the Twin Towers, this is the iconic, this is the place, this is whole. Want people to appreciate the design. That's why I'm doing a lot of promotional effort. I can't wait for the market for the whole thing to open again, because I got big plans on making people appreciate the design of the Twin Towers, the design of the park. Making they appreciate. If I ask people, do they know or not, the design, the motif is actually it's a songket motif, it's a pandan motif, it's a berta motif. It's whole spiral there. It's a whole Islamic motif there. Not many people would know, especially the younger generation. They wouldn't know, because you live. But that's a piece of history, right? That's a piece of legacy that been put in place, and that's what I think. Something that me and my team, Suraya as well, we're trying to do that once we open back once the market open back. I to be honest with you, during Majestic, this is last year, earlier this year. When we just finished our first mandatory control order, right? Movement control order. I have big plan for the Independence Day. I really had a big plan to open it back, but unfortunately it was not there. So unfortunately, the situation is still not permitting. But I hope that we can do that more often. I think things at the country are going better.
Right. I think you can plan it for next year, maybe.
Next year, or maybe end of the year. We'll see.
Yeah,
end of the year. We're going to light up the towers again with the Malaysian flag. Now I was at the office a few days back, and it was night. It was rainy. It was rainy night. And I tell you, next time you come to the Twin Towers, you just stay down there. Just walk near the Twin Towers and look up, and just pause for 5 seconds and see how majestic that the building is, and how the light when it hit the brushed stainless steel exterior, and how majestic that the whole Twin Towers are. So everyone, take 5 seconds, take 10 seconds, just appreciate it. Or lay down at the plaza in front, and appreciate it. I promise you, I won't. If anyone stops you for laying down, say my name.
Okay, I really hope that we will have the chance to go to KL. I mean, because I'm staying here in Sarawak, Kuching, Sarawak. So I hope that we can travel into the state soon, out to the state soon, right? So hoping I miss KL, Kuala Lumpur, actually visiting Kuala Lumpur.
I miss you guys coming over as well. And I know there are a lot of international guests today in the call today. Welcome. Once the border is open, I would like to welcome everyone and make sure you'll stop in KLCC Precinct and the Twin Towers, and really appreciate what I've shared just now, and really see it, really experience it.
All right. So this is the last question before we end the Q&A session. Workplace safety, key to workplace safety, key to any organization. What is KLCC Urus Harta take on this?
This every time anyone that goes to Urus Harta or KLCC Group or even Petronas Group knows this mantra. There's no cost for there is no price for safety. So because our core business at the group is still the oil and gas. That means very hazardous environment. The safety is inculcated into our day-to-day life. So today we are working on this, what we call generative HSE culture, generative health and safety and environment culture. So it's there. So whenever we make our investment decision, we always say, what are the safety will be on top. Times are tough right now in the property, right? We've got to prioritize our investment, but we always look at safety. Safety is something that we put in place. Security as well, Safina, not just safety, security as well. security, we made a lot of investment on security as well, making sure if you go to towers today, right? If you go to outside our mall today, you see a lot of things being put in place. It's designed to be safer. It's designed to be what we call it as environmental design for safety. So it's designed to be safer. Designed for us to reduce security profile. It's integrated well with the building. The planter box, the big box that you see all over KLCC. It's very heavy box. You will see the nice flowers coming up on top, but down there it's all reinforced so that people can't go in and ram into our office or our mall. So it's all well designed there.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. So last question, Mr. Izwan. Sure. What is your aspiration as the executive director of KLCC?
Maybe I answered that in terms of the citizens of the world as a person. I really want to see the world opening again. I really want to see us as the global citizen, not just me as a KLCC or Petronas or Malaysian. No, I think as a global, as a part of the world. I really wanted to see that we get through our current crisis. We get through it safely, and we'll start living our new normal again. It's maybe different than before, but I think that's really important. The borders are open. It's not just on the business part of it, but I think it's really about us living in a very globalized society. So that's really my wish. Again, for our international audience, kita jaga kita. One key takeaway today: we take care of each other. Hashtag that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Izwan.